So we've already tested the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4, but this here is the one that I think a lot of people are going to be very interested in. This is the Woodland. It's the more rugged, outdoorsy focused version, and today we're going to see if this is maybe the trim that you should buy. If you saw our launch video from Woodstock, Ontario, you'll know just how important the RAV4 is. This is built right here in Canada, and it's still the best-selling compact SUV, and it has been for many, many years. Now, for 2026, it's a full redesign. No more gas-only model, it's only a hybrid or a PHEV, a plug-in hybrid. Power is up to 236 horsepower now, so a little bit more. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada. We do not have a front-wheel drive, and Toyota splits it into three personalities. You have a core, you have a sport, and then you have rugged, which is this Woodland. So who is the Woodland for? This one is built for people who actually use their SUV, and honestly, I think it actually looks the part. On the outside, compared to the Sport and the Core, you get a unique split grille on here. You actually get built-in rigid fog lights, roof rails with crossbars, so it's ready to put whatever you want on it, maybe a kayak or your bicycle. We also get 18-inch wheels with all-terrain tires, 10 millimeters more ground clearance. For off-pavement driving, you get a little bit better off-road geometry. 20-degree approach and 24-degree departure angle. That's 1 degree better than the other RAV4 trims. It's not a huge difference, but it all matters. The Woodland also gets some little off-roady bits like the cladding as well as a skid plate. But you know what? People that are buying the Woodland probably like the outdoors. They like to do activities. So this comes with a built-in factory trailer hitch on here. This has a max tow rating of 3,500 pounds. You do get a 4-pin wiring connector right there. So this will handle most of your smaller trailers, probably your bike racks. The Woodland's also equipped with a power lift gate here. Now this is not a hands-free. You have to go into the higher limited for that, but it is power. Once open, you get a nice low load-in height. You'll see we have our full-size Soul Guard big check-in closet here, as well as a couple backpacks and lots of room back here. It's pretty well the same size as the outgoing version on this, even though they have the hybrid system. They've actually relocated some things like the built-in charger. They've actually put that up front now, and yeah, so they really did their best to have the least amount of compromise by giving you the most in power and also efficiency on here. One thing that is very unique to this Woodland and in this class in general is right here, there is a 1500 watt plug here. This isn't something completely new, but normally you only see it on EVs or plug-in hybrids that have a bigger battery. Usually hybrids are limited to like 150 watts. That's what we had on our Highlander hybrid, or maybe up to 400 watts. But 1500 watts, that'll handle a lot of devices right there. Not just devices, but maybe you're camping, you have a blow dryer, your coffee machine, that is actually going to handle it. The Woodland also has this really cool patterned, textured mat in the back, but if we lift up the floor, look what we have here. We actually have a spare tire. This is becoming more and more rare, but this is something that you really want if you're out and about and you actually have a flat. Now the Woodland is available in Canada and the US, but there are a couple differences here in Canada. See, in the US, you can get the Woodland with a plug-in hybrid, a PHEV, and you can even get a 360 camera. In Canada, this is hybrid only, no PHEV, no 360 camera, and honestly, that's one of the features I really wish that you could get. Now on the inside, you get a unique look in the Woodland. You get orange accents. We have soft tech seats. They're kind of like a fake leather, easy to clean. These are heated. And finally, we get a fully heated steering wheel, not just a half heated like we had in our Highlander hybrid. Tech-wise, we get a large driver display, 12.3 inch. As well, we have a 10.5 inch infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, if you go up to something like the Limited, that actually gets a 9-speaker JBL audio system. This has a base 6-speaker system. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of this system. It's quite muddy. Even if you turn the bass down, it's just not very clear. So yeah, not a real big fan of that. Now, one of the things that we talked about on our previous video is how every single trim of the RAV4 now gets a factory dash camera, essentially. What they've done is they're using the existing cameras. So you have your backup camera here and you have your camera up top for some of your advanced driving features, and they are allowing you to record on there, and you can export it just by using a USB. Is it the best dash camera out there? Absolutely not. You know, for this vehicle, this does not have a 360 camera, as we mentioned, so you are actually using the backup camera instead of one up higher, so it's kind of like a fish eye type of look by the license plate. If you actually have the 360 camera, you're actually get different views as well, but it does have like an incident recording. So if the airbag goes off, for instance, or if you go to a big bump, you can adjust the sensitivity. By the way, it will actually automatically record that, and it does record certain things like your location as well as your speed. So that's always good. So I would just say, it's better than nothing. And the fact that you don't have to actually buy it, it's just standard across the board, I think that's a big bonus. Another thing that we looked at on our previous video is this center console, this lid. It opens both ways and it actually comes in handy. I was actually coming in from the passenger side. I wanted to grab my bag that was in here and I could just flick it open from there. You can even reach it from the back. It's really nice. But the fact that you can actually take it right off and you have a hard textured surface here, and you can actually even place it the other way, just like this. Snap that in so you have a little trough area. Things won't actually slip off if you want. It's a nice tray. Maybe eat your lunch there or something. It's very practical. Under the hood, you get Toyota's 2.5-liter 4-cylinder matched with their tried and true hybrid system. This has a little bit extra power compared to the outgoing model, 236 horsepower. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's easy to drive. Now, this hybrid system is the same system across all the RAV4s unless you get the PHEV, but the efficiency is a little bit down on this one, mainly due to, aerodynamics, the size of the tires themselves. So this averages 6.2 liters per 100K. The others are 5.7. So that's not a whole bunch. For our US friends, that's about 4 mpg difference between the Woodland and the others. And surprisingly, we are on day 4 of driving this, and we've done combined city and highway, actually probably more city than anything. And we are right now averaging, because I reset it when I actually picked this vehicle up, we are at 6.2 liters per 100K. So we are nailing it exactly what they say it should get. And I would say it could probably be even better, because a lot of times when I'm filming this, the motor's running and idling a little bit. When I'm, doing things, I got the HVAC system going. So I think it could actually be better than 6.2. This Woodland with the hybrid system drives just like a RAV4 hybrid. It's pretty well seamless. When the engine actually needs more power, it will turn on the gas engine. A lot of times it will just turn it off and you'll just be running on EV alone, which really does help for efficiency. But right now we're just cruising along 60 kilometers an hour. And unless we're under load, you can't really hear much. It's seamless. But when you do put your foot into it, you do get a little bit of sound, of course, from that gas engine, but otherwise you really don't notice it. It's very, very, very smooth. It's very, very comfortable on road. I think those larger all-terrain tires with a lot more sidewall actually aid in a better on-road comfort, really. And then if you actually need to go off-road, now I'm not talking that you're actually going to go rock crawling with this, but a lot of people will be, taking this on service roads. They're going camping, they're going canoeing, kayaking, all those type of activities, mountain biking, having that little extra clearance. the all-terrain tires, and I think it'll really suit a lot of people. You do have your different drive modes for on and off-road. If you have to deal with a lot of winter conditions, you have you have a snow mode for the all-wheel drive system. So I think it's a very good all-around package for a RAV4 buyer. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Woodland doesn't really have packages here in Canada, so it comes like all in really, and it comes in at about 50,000 Canadian dollars. So that's only $1,500 more than an XLE Premium, and about $3,000 less than an XSE, and about $5,000 less than a Limited, which is the top of the line. So it really kind of does hit the sweet spot. I just really wish you could get that 360 camera, even if it was an option or a package that you had to purchase. I've been asked a lot about what's a warranty like for a hybrid vehicle. Well, on the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, you get a 3-year, 60,000 kilometer, that's basically a bumper to bumper. You get a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer powertrain, but then you get an 8-year, 160,000 kilometer for your hybrid components, and a 10-year or 240,000 kilometer for the hybrid battery itself. Now this, it's a small battery in here, so you are pretty well covered for warranty-wise. And once again, this isn't a big plug or a sponsored piece, but you just have to know that Toyota just knows how to do a hybrid. So they've got millions and millions and millions of miles on, even their first gen hybrid system. So they are definitely tried and true. So my final thoughts, personally, I really like the Woodland. Mainly, I love the way it looks. It has most of what you actually need. It looks great. It's efficient. It's not overly complicated. You actually have real buttons and knobs. The only thing I said though, love to see the 360 camera option in Canada. So which one would you pick? Would you go Woodland, or would you go to a PHEV in some of the sport trims? Or of course, in the US, you can actually get the Woodland in a PHEV trim. So that's it for today's video. Make sure, if you haven't watched our launch video, I'll leave a link in the video description. In that one, hey, we go through a lot more of what's going on with this new generation RAV4. We even take a trip to the factory. So have a watch there. Make sure you're subscribed, because just in about 6 weeks, we'll be testing that PHEV very soon. So we'll see you on the next video.